I'm Dr. Meenakshi Maur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Savlaji Government College, Mandvia, Chittorgarh. Today my topic is gastrulation. I have already discussed blastulation, types of blastula. Today I will discuss gastrulation. What is gastrulation? It is the embryonic process which brings about the reorganization and displacement of organ forming areas of blastula. Or we can say it is a stage of embryo development at which gastrula is formed from blastula by the inward migration of cell. So this is a blastula and here you can see gastrula. Gastrula is a formative process by which three germs layer, which are precursor of all embryonic tissue and the axial orientation are established in embryo. So here you can see three germ layers, endoderm, ectoderm, and there is one more mesoderm. So gastrulation involves major movements of cells from the external surface to the interior of the embryo, and this cells movement create a three-layered body plan and set the stage for the development of first organs. So this is a blastula, here blastocele, then you can see archaeotron. So gastrulation starts here, and here you can see early gastrula where you can see ectoderm and endoderm, and here is a blastopore, and then in late gastrula you can see mesoderm as well. So there are three germ layer. So during gastrulation, the bilaminar embryonic disc is converted into trilaminar embryonic disc. So gastrulation is a formative process by which the three germ layers are established in embryo, and the resulting embryo is known as gastrula. Now there are morphogenetic movements. What are the morphogenetic movements? So morphogenetic movements, gastrulation is affected by physiochemical conditions, and the movement and changes in the shape of cells and the group of cells of embryo occur. And this directed cell migration is a rapid and dynamic, and it results in the change of structure of embryo. For example, appearance of archaeotron, appearance of neural tube, appearance of notochord. So these movements are called morphogenetic movements because during this time the embryo stretches, folds, contracts, or expands. And one more thing, these morphogenetic movements are irreversible. So there are mainly two types of morphogenetic movements. First is epiboly and emboly. Epiboly I'll discuss in later side, and emboly may cause invagination, involution, ingression, and delamination. So first is epiboly. Epiboly involves morphogenetic movement of prospective ectodermal, or we can say micromeres, blastomeres, anterior-posteriorly and envelop the presumptive endodermal and the mesodermal blastomeres. So here you can see micromeres and there are megameres. So this micromeres are prospective ectodermal blastomeres, and megameres are prospective endodermal and mesodermal blastomeres. So it involves stretching and spreading movement of micromeres, and they form a layer around the embryo. Here you can see there is a layer of micromere, but there is an aperture, means epiboly causes stretching and spreading movement of micromeres which form a layers around the embryo except one end where an aperture called blastopore is formed. So in epiboly there is a migration and the rearrangement of micromeres. Micromeres means prospective ectoderm over megameres, that is prospective endoderm. And at one specific point, micromeres do not cover megameres. So you can see megameres are covered by micromere, but there is one point where micromeres do not cover megameres, and that place is known as gastrulation slit, which is the blastopore of future embryo. So this is epiboly. It is the word epiboly is derived from the Greek meaning a throwing on. So epiboly can be seen in the eggs of ctenophores, mollusks, annelids, and frogs. Now next morphogenetic movement is emboli. Emboli are the morphogenetic movements which are concerned with the inward migration of prospective endodermal and mesodermal blastomeres from the external surface of the blastula. Or we can say it involves inward movement of prospective endodermal and the cords mesodermal blastomeres from the surface of blastula. And emboli may take place by invagination, involution, delamination, ingression, or polyinvagination. So first, invagination. It involves insinking of endodermal cells in blastocele to form archentery. So in it, layers of prospective endodermal cells passively infold. You can see there is infolding. And this inpushing of cells in a blastocele occurs, and because of this one cavity is formed. Because of the infolding of cells, a cavity is formed which is known as archenteron. This is an archenteron cavity. This archenteron opens outside by blastopore. So here is blastopore. The blastopore give rise to mouth in prostomian animals like helminthes, annelids, and mollusks. Or the blastopore give rise to anus in deuterostomians like in Echinodermata and chordates. So blastopore forms mouth in prostomians and blastopore forms anus in deuterostomes. Example, Amphioxus, or it is also found in frog. So here you can see involution in Amphioxus. So this is a blastocele, it is a blastula, this is a blastoderm. So there is a infolding of cells. Then because of this infolding of cells, one cavity is formed which is known as archenteron, and here is a blastopore. This is the archenteron cavity. So this is invagination. Now next is involution. In involution, there is a turning in or rolling movement of chorda mesodermal blastomeres inside the ectodermal cells over the lips of blastopore from the surface to the inner side of the embryo. So here all the micromeres divide and reach the blastopore and enter inside the blastocele cavity. while performing the rolling movement. Then this blastocele cavity gets completely obliterated and a new cavity, that is archaeontone, is formed. Afterwards, blastopore contracts and megamia closes the pore, and this pore looks like a plug and it is known as yolk plug. So this is the involution. It is found in frog, mesoderm and endoderm are formed by involution. So this is a chorda mesoderm and then this is a archaeontome. So it is a rolling movement of the chorda mesodermal blastomeres inside the ectodermal cells over the lips of blastopore from the surface to the inner side of the embryo. It is an involution. Now delamination. In delamination, the blastomeres of the blastoderm divide and form new blastomeres, and they fall down and form a floor at the base of subgerminal cavity, and two layers are formed, that is epiblast and hypoblast. So the layer which is formed at the base of subgerminal cavity is termed as hypoblast, and the cavity, the layer which which forms roof of the subgerminal cavity is known as epiblast. Delamination give rise only to endoderm, and the remaining layer develops through the process of polyinvagination. Example, hypoblast formation in chicks. So here you can see this is a primitive coat, this is the Hansen node, and mesoderm cells are here, and endoderm displacing endoblast, and there is epiblast. Endoblast means hypoblast and epiblast means ectoderm. So this is a diagram of delamination. This is a diagram showing delamination. Now polyinvagination or ingression. So in polyinvagination or ingression, individual blastomeres migrate into the blastocele. It is the blastocele, and they migrate either from the vegetal pole or from all sides. If the blastomeres migrate into the blastocele from vegetal pole, then it is known as unipolar ingression, and example is obelia. And if individual blastomeres migrate into the blastocele from all sides, then it is called multipolar ingression, example hydra, and this form a solid gastrula which is also known as stereogastrula. So this is a polyinvagination. Now what are the significance or the outcomes of gastrulation? So first is the formation of embryonic tissue called germ layers, and the germ layers include endoderm, ectoderm and mesoderm. Each germ layer will later differentiate into different tissues and organ system. And there is the formation of embryonic gut, the archaeontome, and the appearance of major body axis. So it is gastrulation, and significance, main significance is the gastrulation results in the formation of three-layered structure consisting of ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. And the blastocele, if present, is completely obliterated and get replaced by archaeonteron or presumptive gut. A blastopere is present and which forms the future mouth in prostomians or anus in deuterostomians. And gastrulation sets the stage for formation of prospective embryonic structure that arise from the three germinal layers like neural plate tube, notochord, mesoderm, endoderm. So this is about gastrulation. So today in today's lecture, first of all I discussed what is gastrulation, what is gastrula, and then there are five types of morphogenetic movements. Epiboly and emboli can be taken place by invagination, involution, ingression, and delamination. Invagination means infolding of cell sheet into embryo. Involution means interning of cell sheet over the basal surface of an outer layer. Ingression means migration of individual cells into the embryo. And the delamination means a splitting or migration of one sheet into two sheets. Then epiboly, emboli. In emboli, I discussed and invagination, involution, delamination, and polyinvagination or ingression. Then I explained outcomes of gastrulation. I discussed significance of gastrulation. Thank you.